They've been screaming for 2 hours. 50,000 voices. 50,000 people who'd saved for months, traveled across the Philippines, waited in impossible lines just to be in the same stadium as Michael Jackson. And Michael was smiling at them, but his eyes were somewhere else entirely. November 24th, 1996. Rizal Memorial Stadium, Manila, Philippines. Michael Jackson, 38 years old, was performing the finale of the History World Tour. The emotional peak of every show. The moment where Michael becomes vessel for grief, environmental devastation, war, suffering. He'd done this song 97 times on this tour. Knew every beat, every gesture, every moment where the crowd gasps. Tonight was different. He smiled at the crowd, waved like he meant it. But Michael Jackson's eyes told a different story. They told the story of a man who received the worst news of his life 90 minutes ago and had been ordered to perform anyway. From the audience, he looked happy, energized, grateful. But the cameras caught something else in close-up. Empty eyes, hollow, going through motions without inhabiting them. His smile was wide. His eyes were dead. 6 hours earlier, 6:15 p.m., 90 minutes before showtime. Michael was in his dressing room doing vocal warm-ups. His pre-show routine, tea with honey, stretches, meditation, costume check. His manager walked in holding a telegram. "Michael, this just came. From your father." Michael took it. "Read it." The telegram. "Catherine suffered stroke this morning. Stop stable. But serious stop. Doctors monitoring. Stop. Did not cancel show. Stop. Mother. Would not want that stop perform tonight. Stop call. After stop Joe." Michael's hands started shaking. His mother. A stroke. Serious. "I need to go home," Michael said immediately. "Cancel the show. Get me on a plane to Los Angeles." "Michael," your father said. "I don't care what he said. That's my mother. He said she's stable. He said she wouldn't want you to cancel. 50,000 people are already in the stadium. The impossible choice, cancel the show. Disappoint 50,000 people. Lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. Cause international incident. President of the Philippines is attending tonight. Or perform. Smile. Wave. Sing. For 2.5 hours. Then call. Then figure out flights. Michael made the choice he's been trained to make since he was 5 years old. I'll perform. But the second I'm off that stage, I'm going to the airport. 6:47 p.m. Michael called the hospital in Los Angeles. Got a nurse. Catherine was sleeping. Sedated. Stable, but they're running tests. Can I talk to her? She's not conscious right now, Mr. Jackson. When she wakes up, tell her I love her. Tell her I'm coming home. His voice broke. 7:30 p.m. 30 minutes to showtime. Michael sat in front of his dressing room mirror. Makeup artist applying foundation. Hair stylist adjusting his ponytail. In the mirror, Michael saw himself, Michael Jackson, the performer. Perfect makeup. Perfect hair. Perfect costume. Inside, he was shattering. This is what I do, he thought. I perform through pain. I've been doing it my entire life. Performed through Joe's beatings when I was 7. Performed through puberty when I was 13. Performed through heartbreak when I was 30. And now I'm going to perform through my mother's stroke when I'm 38. This is what I am. A performer. Not a son. Not a person. A performer. If you are enjoying this story, please subscribe to support the channel. 8 p.m. Showtime. Michael took the stage. 50,000 people erupted. He smiled, waved, started performing. What the audience saw, Michael Jackson at the peak of his powers, dancing, singing, engaging with the crowd. What his band saw, something's wrong. His timing's off. He's hitting the notes, but there's no emotion. He's going through the motions. What Michael felt, nothing. Numbness. Autopilot. He could perform this show in his sleep. His body knew every move. His voice knew every note. So his body performed while his mind was 7,000 miles away in a Los Angeles hospital. During one of the ballads, Michael scanned the VIP section. Standard performer move. Acknowledged important guests. His eyes landed on a woman. Mid-30s. Filipino. Beautiful. wearing a simple black dress. She wasn't smiling, wasn't screaming, wasn't taking photos. She was watching him with an expression that made his chest tighten. Concern, sadness, recognition. Michael knew that face. Dr. Elena Reyes, the woman he almost married 12 years ago. The woman who walked away and never looked back. And she was watching him perform through grief, and she knew, somehow she knew, 21 years earlier, July 1975, Manila, Philippines. The Jackson 5 were on their first Asian tour. Michael was 16 years old. Katherine Jackson got food poisoning. Severe, dehydrated, needed medical attention. The hotel called a doctor. Dr. Antonio Reyes brought his daughter Elena, 13, who was studying to be a doctor herself. Elena watched her father treat Katherine, watched Michael pace nervously. "Your mother will be fine," Elena said in perfect English. "My father is very good." "How do you know?" Michael asked. "Because he's never lost a patient who trusts him." Katherine recovered. The Jackson 5 finished their tour. Michael remembered the girl who made him feel less scared. 9 years later, March 1984, Los Angeles. Dr. Elena Reyes, now 22, had just completed medical school at UCLA. Cardiology specialist, working at Cedars-Sinai. She was at a medical charity event. So was Michael Jackson, 25 years old, Thriller era, biggest star in the world. He recognized her immediately. "You're the doctor's daughter." From Manila, 1975. She was shocked he remembered. "You remember that? You told me your father never lost a patient who trusts him. My mother recovered the next day." They started talking. 3 hours straight. Elena was different from every woman Michael had met. Successful in her own right. Didn't care about his fame. Treated him like a regular person. For 6 months, March to September 1984, they dated in secret. Michael would visit her small apartment. She'd cook Filipino food. They'd talk about medicine, music, family, dreams. Elena pushed Michael to be honest. "Who are you when you're not performing?" "I don't know." "Then figure it out. Because I'm not interested in dating Michael Jackson, the performer. I want to know Michael the person." She demanded he be real. Demanded he stop performing even in private. "You're doing it right now," she'd say. "You're performing, boyfriend. Just be yourself." "What if myself isn't enough?" "Then I'll tell you, but you have to try." September 1984. Elena gave Michael an ultimatum. "I love you, but I can't keep being your secret. Can you imagine a real future with me? Marriage, family, a life that's not hidden." Michael panicked. "My career is at a crucial point. If the press finds out, if Joe finds out, I'm not asking you to announce it on MTV. I'm asking if you can imagine choosing me over performance, over what everyone else needs you to be." Michael couldn't answer. Elena made a decision. "Michael, I'm walking away, not because I don't love you, but because loving you means watching you destroy yourself trying to make everyone happy, except yourself. And I can't enable that." "What does that mean?" "It means you'll perform until you die. You'll smile until your face breaks. You'll give and give until there's nothing left. And if I stay, I'll watch it happen." She left. Michael told himself she didn't understand. But he never forgot her. Now, November 24th, 1996, Dr. Elena Reyes was watching Michael Jackson perform to 50,000 people. And she could see what no one else could. He wasn't performing. He was drowning. 10:47 p.m. The finale. This was the emotional peak. The song where Michael poured everything out. Tonight, he poured out 38 years of performing through pain. What the audience saw, Michael singing with passion, crying real tears, collapsing to his knees during the climax. What Elena saw, a man having a breakdown in front of 50,000 people and disguising it as performance. His tears weren't artistic. They were real grief. His collapse wasn't choreographed. He genuinely couldn't stand. His voice cracks weren't planned. He was genuinely breaking. During the final moments, Michael's eyes found Elena again in the VIP section. She was crying, not performative crying. Real, empathetic tears. And Michael understood. She knows. She sees through the performance. She always did. The song ended. Michael stayed on his knees longer than usual. The audience thought it was part of the show. The band knew it wasn't. His dancers helped him up. He smiled, waved, took his bows. The smile was wide. The eyes were destroyed. 10:58 p.m. Michael walked off stage. The moment he was out of audience view, his legs gave out. Security caught him. "Michael, what's wrong?" "I need to sit down." They got him to his dressing room. He collapsed into a chair. His manager, "Michael, that was incredible. The president loved it." "My mother had a stroke," Michael said flatly. "I found out 90 minutes before the show. I just performed for 2.5 hours knowing my mother might die, and I'm 7,000 miles away." Silence. "Why didn't you tell us?" "Because what would you have done? Canceled?" "I did what I always do. I performed. Because that's what I am. That's all I am." 11:15 p.m. There was a knock. "Mr. Jackson, there's a woman here. Says her name is Dr. Elena Reyes. Says she needs to see you." "Let her in," Michael said immediately. Elena walked in. Hadn't seen Michael in 12 years. He was still in his performance clothes. Makeup running from sweat and tears. Sitting with his head in his hands. "Hi, Michael," Elena said quietly. He looked up. "You were in the audience." "I was." Why were you?" "I'm a cardiologist at Philippine Heart Center. We were given VIP tickets. I didn't know you'd be here tonight." Silence. 12 years of it. "You saw," Michael said, not a question. "I saw." "What did you see?" "I saw a man performing through the worst pain of his life. I saw someone who's forgotten how to be anything except what other people need him to be." "Your mother," Elena said. "Something happened. I could see it." "How did you know?" "Because I'm a doctor, and because I knew you. And I could see you weren't performing grief. You were experiencing it and disguising it as art." Michael broke. Told her everything. The telegram. The stroke. The choice to perform anyway. "I should have canceled," Michael said. "But I did what I always do. I performed." "Why?" "Because that's what I am. That's what everyone needs me to be." Elena sat down across from him. "Michael, do you remember why I left? You said I was destroying myself. That you couldn't watch it happen. Do you understand now? What I meant?" "Tell me." "I didn't leave because I didn't love you. I left because I loved you too much to watch you kill yourself slowly by being whatever everyone else needed. In 1984, you were 25 years old. Thriller had just made you the biggest star in the world. And you were miserable. But you couldn't admit it because admitting it meant disappointing everyone. I would watch you perform, not on stage, in private with me, and I'd see you calculating. What does Elena need me to be right now? You were never just yourself. And I realized, if I stay, I become another person you perform for. Another person whose needs you prioritize over your own. So I left, not because you weren't enough, but because I needed you to learn that you're allowed to choose yourself. That you're allowed to cancel the show when your mother has a stroke. That you're allowed to be human instead of perfect." Michael crying, "But I can't choose myself. Because if I do, I disappoint everyone. And what about you? What happens when you never choose yourself?" "I don't know. This, I guess, performing through my mother's stroke. Smiling when I'm dying inside." "Michael, when was the last time you said no to someone? When was the last time you chose what you needed over what someone else wanted?" Long silence. "I can't remember. That's what I was afraid of." Elena stood. "Michael, I didn't come here to lecture you. I came because I saw you breaking apart on that stage. But I need to tell you something." "What?" "I'm married now. For years. To another doctor. We have a daughter." Michael's face showed pain, but not surprise. "I'm not here to rekindle anything. I'm here to tell you what I should have told you 12 years ago. You are enough, not Michael Jackson the performer. You, the person underneath all of it. You're enough exactly as you are. You don't have to earn love by performing. You don't have to smile through grief to deserve care. But I don't know how to be that person anymore. Then learn. Start tonight. Get on a plane. Go to your mother. Don't perform for the press. Don't smile for the cameras. Don't pretend you're okay. Just be a son whose mother is sick and who's scared. You're allowed to be human, Michael. You're allowed to not be perfect. You're allowed to choose yourself. 11:47 p.m. Michael's manager walked in. Michael, we need to do the post-show press conference. President Ramos wants photos. No, Michael said. Everyone stopped. What? No, I'm not doing press. I'm not taking photos. I'm going to the airport. I'm going home to my mother. But, Michael, the commitments. I don't care. My mother had a stroke. I performed tonight because I was told to, but I'm done performing. I'm going home. This will cause problems. Let them be angry. I'm choosing my mother over performance. I'm choosing myself. Elena, quietly, that's the bravest thing I've ever heard you say. November 25th, 1996. Los Angeles. Michael arrived at the hospital. Catherine was awake. Weak, but awake. Baby, she said, you didn't have to cancel. I didn't cancel. I performed. Then I came home. Because you're more important than any show. Catherine cried. Michael cried. For the first time in his life, he chose being a son over being a performer. The press reaction was inevitable. Michael Jackson, snubbed president, leaves Manila without explanation. Joe Jackson called, furious. You embarrass the family. Michael, my mother almost died. I came home. If that embarrassed you, I don't care. 6 months later, May 1997, Michael received a letter from Elena. Dear Michael, I heard what you did. Walking away from the press, from the obligations, from the performance. I know it wasn't easy, but I'm proud of you. For the first time since I've known you, you chose yourself. That's not selfish. That's survival. You were always enough. I hope you finally believe that. With love, Elena. Michael kept the letter. Read it when he doubted himself. June 2009. This is it, rehearsals. In an interview, someone asked, what's the hardest performance you ever gave? Manila, 1996. My mother had a stroke that morning. I was told to perform anyway. So I did. How did you get through it? I didn't. I performed through it. There's a difference. Getting through it means you feel it and survive. Performing through it means you bury it and pretend. What changed? Someone I loved once told me, you're allowed to be human. It took me 38 years to believe her. Michael, alone, looking at Elena's letter. You were always enough. Some lessons take a lifetime to learn. Some permissions take 38 years to accept. You don't have to perform to deserve love. You don't have to smile through grief to be worthy. You're allowed to be human. Even if you're Michael Jackson. He smiled at the crowd. But Michael Jackson's eyes told a different story. They told the story of a man who'd been performing since he was 5, who'd learned that love was conditional on perfection. But that night, someone who knew him saw the truth. The performance was killing him, and the bravest thing he could do was stop smiling, stop waving, stop performing, and finally, after 38 years, choose himself. If you like this story, please subscribe to support this channel.